How to Break Bad Habits, inspired by Atomic Habits by James Clear. Have you ever found yourself trapped by a habit you hate, yet you do it again and again? You promise yourself that this will be the last time, only to repeat it tomorrow? Maybe. It's scrolling your phone late at night, smoking a cigarette after telling yourself you'd quit, or eating junk food after days of self-control. If you've been there, know this. You're not weak. You're human. And the story you're about to hear is a guide, a path out of this cycle. Inspired by the groundbreaking work of James Clear in his book Atomic Habits, James Clear teaches us something powerful. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This isn't about having more willpower. It's about designing your environment, changing your systems, and reprogramming your mind so breaking bad habits becomes almost inevitable. Imagine for a moment that your habits are the roots of a mighty tree. Some roots feed it, make it stronger. These are your good habits, but others choke it, spread decay. These are your bad habits. You can't simply wish these roots away. You need to identify them, dig deep, and replace them. This isn't easy, but it is possible, and it starts by understanding why you do what you do. James Clear shows us that habits are built on 4 stages. Cue: craving, response, and reward. Every bad habit you have follows this loop. Maybe the cue is stress, the craving is relief, the response is smoking, and the reward is a moment of calm. The problem isn't the desire for calm that's natural. The problem is the unhealthy way you satisfy it. To break bad habits, we must learn to break this loop and build a better one. Let's break it down together. Step 1. Identify the cue. You can't change what you don't notice. Start tracking when and why your bad habit happens. Do you bite your nails when you're anxious? Check your phone when you're bored? Do you see the pattern? You gain power over it? Step 2. Make it invisible. As James Clear explains, what's out of sight is often out of mind. If you want to break the habit of eating cookies every night, don't keep them in the house. If you always check your phone first thing in the morning, leave it in another room. By removing the cue, you weaken the habit's hold over you. Step 3. Make it unattractive. We often do bad habits because we've convinced ourselves they help us. But do they really? Reflect on the real cost. How does this habit affect your health, confidence, energy, and relationships? Write it down. Turn the bad habit into something you see as ugly, draining, and self-sabotaging. The mind follows what the heart feels repelled by. Step 4. Make it difficult. Increase friction between you and the habit. If you smoke, don't keep cigarettes around. If you overspend online, delete the shopping apps. Every second of inconvenience you add weakens the habit. Step 5. Make the alternative attractive. Don't just stop doing something bad. Start doing something better. Replace scrolling social media with reading a page of a book. Replace late-night snacking with drinking water or herbal tea. Your brain still wants the reward. Give it a healthier path to get there. Remember, you don't break habits through force, but through smart design. As James Clear writes, environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. If you build an environment that makes bad habits hard and good habits easy, you change without fighting yourself every day. Now, let's go deeper. Breaking bad habits isn't only about what you do, it's about who you believe you are. 1 of the most powerful ideas in Atomic Habits is identity-based change. It's not enough to say I want to stop smoking. Say I'm not a smoker. Not I want to wake up early, but I am an early riser. Your actions flow from your identity. Change how you see yourself, and your habits follow. But what if you fail? You will. Everyone does. But failure isn't the end, it's data, James Clear says. Never miss twice. Missing once is human. Missing twice becomes a pattern. Learn why you slipped, adjust, and get back on track. Here's a truth you must remember. Your brain loves habits because they save energy. They run on autopilot. That means once you build new, healthier habits, they'll feel effortless too. At first, it's hard, but soon it becomes who you are. To break bad habits, surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. Environment isn't just things, it's people. Their standards become yours. You rise or fall with your circle. Imagine your life a year from now if you begin today. You wake up with more energy, look in the mirror with pride, and go to bed at night knowing you lived intentionally. Bad habits no longer control you. You control them. Change begins now, not tomorrow. Decide which habit you'll attack first. Write down your cue: craving, response, and reward. Plan how to remove the cue, replace the routine, and choose the reward. Then act. Step by step, day by day, you'll become free. Not by force, but by design. And when you do, remember, this isn't just about quitting something harmful. It's about becoming someone greater, as James Clear beautifully says. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Cast your votes wisely. Your future self will thank you. Close your eyes for a moment and picture your life as a movie. You're both the main character and the writer of this story. The habits you live by are the script. Some scenes are triumphant. Moments of self-control, kindness, discipline. Others show the character falling into old, harmful patterns. But here's the secret James Clear helps us see. The script is never finished. At any moment, you can pick up the pen and write a different ending. Breaking bad habits starts with awareness. Imagine shining a flashlight into a dark corner of your life. What do you see? Perhaps late night snacking, procrastination, endless scrolling, smoking, or snapping at loved ones? These aren't flaws that make you hopeless. They're simply loops your brain has practiced so often, they've become automatic. And what's learned can be unlearned. James Clear tells us that habits are like the compound interest of self-improvement. Small choices, repeated daily, add up to powerful change. But the same is true in reverse. Bad habits, left unchecked, quietly compound into guilt, regret, and lost potential. It's not the single donut, the skipped workout, or the angry outburst that shapes your life. It's the repetition. To change your future, change what you repeat. Let's talk about the habit loop again. Cue, craving, response, reward. Take smoking as an example. Cue, stress or seeing someone else smoke. Craving, desire to feel relaxed. Response, lighting a cigarette. Reward, momentary relief. Notice, the true need isn't nicotine, it's calm. The mistake isn't wanting relief, it's the unhealthy path chosen to get there. This insight is powerful. You don't have to kill the craving itself. You just need a healthier response that still gives you the reward. James Clear writes, you don't eliminate a bad habit. You replace it. Instead of smoking, you might practice deep breathing, sip cold water, or step outside for fresh air. At first, it feels forced. But with repetition, your brain rewires. The old path fades. New path strengthens. Environment design is your silent ally. We often think breaking bad habits is about willpower. But imagine trying to eat healthy in a kitchen filled with chips and candy, or trying to stop checking your phone while it's buzzing next to you. Your environment constantly whispers suggestions to your brain. Change those whispers. Remove temptations from sight. Add reminders of who you want to become. James Clear says, environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Want to stop snacking? Keep healthy food visible, hide junk food. Want to read more? Place a book on your pillow. Want to scroll less? Leave your phone in another room while you work. You'll be amazed at how your behavior changes without a single moment of willpower. Identity, the strongest foundation. Imagine two people offered a cigarette. One says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. The other says, no thanks, I'm not a smoker. The first still sees themselves as a smoker fighting temptation. The second sees themselves as a non-smoker. Guess who is more likely to stay free? Identity shapes habits, and habits reinforce identity. Every time you act in line with your desired identity, you vote for it. Want to be fit? Every workout, no matter how short, is a vote. Want to be disciplined? Every time you wake up on time, you cast a vote. Over time, the votes accumulate into a new identity, not someone trying to change, but someone who has changed. James Clear says, true behavior change is identity change. And identity change happens through repeated action. Break the bad habit by shrinking it. A bad habit often feels overwhelming because we see it as one huge wall to tear down. Instead, chip away at it, piece by piece. Want to stop drinking soda? Replace one can with water? Want to stop biting nails? Start by keeping one hand nail-free. Small steps may feel silly, but small is sustainable. Small repeated becomes big. James Clear calls this the power of the 1% improvement. Improving by just 1% each day doesn't feel dramatic, but over months and years it transforms everything. Replace guilt with curiosity. When you slip, and you will, don't shame yourself. Ask, why did this happen? What was the cue? Was I stressed, tired, bored? What can I change next time? Each mistake becomes a lesson, not a life sentence. James Clear reminds us, missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. Get back on track immediately. Perfection isn't required, persistence is. Stack habits and break habits. If you already do something positive, attach a new habit to it. After I brush my teeth, I'll do 10 push-ups. After dinner, I'll write in my journal. To break a habit, do the opposite. Separate it from its cue. Move the TV remote to another room to avoid late-night watching. Log out of social media so the extra step makes it less automatic. The story of change. Imagine a man who always overate when stressed. He learned to pause for 10 seconds when the craving came. Just 10 seconds to breathe and ask, what do I really need? Sometimes he still ate, but often he realized he needed water, rest, or to talk to someone. Over months, the habit weakened. Not because he fought it harder, but because he understood it better. Accountability and community. Surround yourself with people who reflect your desired identity. Share your goals with a friend who truly cares. Join a group. The knowledge that someone will ask, how's it going, can keep you on track on days your willpower is low, James Clear points out. You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can be the architect of it. Build an environment that helps the person you want to become. Visualize your future self. Close your eyes. Picture the cost of your bad habit if it continues for years. See the health problems, missed opportunities, regret. Then picture the life without it. Better energy, confidence, peace. Make this vision vivid and visit it daily. The mind acts on what the heart deeply feels. Reward yourself for progress. Celebrate even small victories. Finish today without smoking. Smile. Call a friend. Write it in your journal. The brain loves rewards. Use them to reinforce change. Remind yourself why you started. Write your reasons. Keep them visible. When temptation comes, read them. I want to live to see my kids grow. I want to respect my body. I want to be free, not controlled by urges. Breaking bad habits is an act of self-love, not punishment. Love. You're not fighting yourself. You're freeing yourself. James Clear shows us that breaking bad habits isn't about being perfect or superhuman. It's about being intentional, designing your environment, believing in a new identity. He writes, small habits don't add up, they compound. Every moment you choose better, you change not just what you do, but who you are. Picture the day you realize, that thing I thought controlled me. It doesn't anymore. Feel the pride, peace, and freedom. That day can come one small choice at a time. Now imagine you're walking through a forest. There's a clear path that you've walked hundreds of times. It's wide, easy, and familiar. That's your bad habit. Beside it, there's a barely visible trail through tall grass. Your new habit, still fragile. The more you walk, the new path, the clearer it becomes. And each day you avoid the old one, it starts to fade. This is how your brain works. Habits are neural pathways. The more you use them, the stronger they get. To break bad habits, you must starve the old path and walk the new one repeatedly. Even if it feels awkward at first. James Clear writes, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, but bad habits are the compound interest of self-destruction. Both grow quietly, almost invisibly, until suddenly, the difference is undeniable. Let's deepen the practical side. 1. Make the cue invisible. if you check your phone too much. Leave it in another room. If you overeat at night, don't keep snacks at home. If you drink too much, don't keep alcohol in the house when temptation is far. Willpower isn't even needed, too. Make the craving, unattractive change how you talk to yourself. Instead of "I need this," say "This is hurting me." List the real costs: health, time, peace of mind. Visualize those costs vividly until the habit feels less like a friend and more like a thief. Point 3. Make the response difficult, add friction. Delete apps, log out after each use, place reminders on your fridge or screen. Even a few extra seconds of effort can break the automatic. Loop 4. Make the reward unsatisfying, create accountability. Tell someone you'll pay a fine if you repeat the habit. The pain of loss outweighs the pleasure of the habit. James Clear's method is clear. You don't need to be motivated every day. If your environment makes the good choice easier and the bad choice harder. Identity shift. The secret weapon. Imagine someone who used to say, "I can't quit smoking. It's who I am." One day he changes it to, "I'm not a smoker anymore." At first it feels like a lie, but each cigarette refused makes it truer. Identity isn't given, it's built by action. Want to be healthy? Start telling yourself, "I'm the type of person who takes care of my body." Want to be disciplined? "I'm the type of person who finishes what I start." Every small win, skipping one cigarette, one scroll, one outburst, is a vote for this new identity. Over weeks and months, these votes outweigh the old self-image. The plateau of latent potential. One of James Clear's most comforting ideas is the plateau of latent potential. Often, we change but see no result. We get frustrated and quit. But the truth is, results lag behind habits. You're planting seeds underground. Growth is happening where you can't see. Then suddenly, a breakthrough. Don't quit in the slow, invisible phase. Breakthroughs come to those who keep showing up. Story: the sculptor. Imagine a sculptor chiseling stone. The first 100 strikes seem to do nothing, and suddenly a crack appears, and the statue emerges. Was it the last strike? No, it was the 100 before it, patiently laying the foundation. Your effort isn't wasted, it's stored. Why do we fall? To learn what made us slip. Were you tired, lonely, stressed? Was the cue too close? Did you forget your why? Failure isn't defeat, it's feedback. Adjust, strengthen your plan, and try again. James Clear. The most successful people are not perfect. They're masters at getting back on track. Cost of bad habits. Stop for a moment and picture the cost of your habit. Lost health, lost time, regret, missed moments with family, less energy. Write these down. Keep them somewhere visible. Let them remind you why you started. The gift of breaking bad habits. Now imagine life without them. More energy, deeper sleep, stronger relationships, pride instead of guilt. Freedom. This isn't just self-control. It's self-respect. It's possible no matter how long you've struggled. Reflection. Exercise. What's your strongest bad habit? When and why does it happen? What new habit could replace it? Who can support you? What reward will keep you going? Build systems, not just goals. A goal says, "I want to quit smoking." A system says, "I won't keep cigarettes at home. I'll walk when I feel the urge. I'll track my progress." Systems turn intention into action. Over time, systems outlive motivation. James Clear. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. One small win at a time. Breaking bad habits feels like a mountain, but mountains are climbed one step at a time. Delete one app, refuse one cigarette, drink water instead of soda. Once these steps compound, soon what was hard becomes habit. Change your tribe, change your life. We mirror those around us. Surround yourself with people who already live the way you want to. Your normal becomes your normal. Visual cues. Place a note on your mirror. Who do I want to be today? Set reminders on your phone. Pause, breathe, choose better. Reward yourself, celebrate progress even if small. This keeps your brain on your side. Forgive yourself if you slip. Don't shame yourself. learn, adjust, and move forward. Self-compassion keeps you trying. Shame makes you quit. You are not your bad habits. Your habit is what you do, not who you. Our identity can change action by action. James Clear. Every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Imagine your future self a year from now, free of this habit. How do you look? How do you feel? How do you act? Hold this vision. Make choices today for that person. Don't wait for perfect motivation. Action creates motivation, not the other. Way around. Start small. Feeling will follow. Final truth, breaking bad habits is not about being stronger. It's about being smarter. Change your environment. Rewrite your identity. Build systems. Be patient with yourself. By step, vote by vote, you become free. Not because the habit disappeared overnight, but because you built a life where it no longer fits. The invisible power of small choices. Think about a plane leaving New York to fly to Los Angeles. If the pilot shifts the nose by just 3.5 degrees south, nobody notices at first. But over thousands of miles, that small change lands the plane in Mexico instead of California. That's what habits do to your life. Each small choice seems meaningless today. Skipping a workout, smoking just this once, checking your phone before bed. But over months and years, those small choices shape your health, your mind, your future. James Clear says, the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. And the same is true in reverse. Tiny declines compound into regret. Replace. Don't just remove. Imagine a gardener pulling out weeds and leaving the soil empty. What happens? New weeds grow back. The same is true for habits. If you only stop a bad habit, you leave a void. Fill it with a new, positive habit. Replace late-night scrolling with journaling or reading. Replace mindless snacking with drinking herbal tea. Replace smoking breaks with short walks or breathing exercise. Your brain still wants that reward, calm, entertainment, connection, so give it a better way to get it. Design your environment to help you. We like to think willpower drives change, but your surroundings have more power than you realize. Change what you see. Change what you do. Visual cues are powerful. If you see a water bottle on your desk, you'll drink more. If your guitar is out of its case, you'll practice more. If you see your running shoes by the door, you're more likely to run. Likewise, seeing cigarettes, soda, or social media apps keeps the bad habit alive in your mind. Out of sight. Out of mind isn't just a saying, it's a strategy. The 2-minute rule. James Clear introduces the 2-minute rule. When starting a new habit, make it so easy it takes less than 2 minutes. Instead of read every night, start with read 1 page. Instead of exercise every morning, start with put on workout clothes. Once you've started, it's easier to keep going. Motion leads to action. Be patient with the process. Habits take time to fade. Your brain has spent years wiring them in. It won't forget them overnight. But every time you choose differently, the old pathway weakens and the new one strengthens. Over weeks, your brain's structure actually changes. So this isn't philosophy, it's neuroscience. Why identity change matters most? If you only focus on what to do, you'll relapse under stress. If you change how you see yourself, your habits become natural. James Clear says, the goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner.
Oh.
When faced with temptation, ask, what would the person I want to become do? Choose as that person would, even if it feels small. Over time, those choices become who you are. Use habit contracts, make your commitment public, or attach consequences. Tell a friend, if I smoke, I'll pay you $50. Sign a paper promise. Humans fear letting others down and losing something valuable. Use this psychology to help you. The role of accountability partners. Changing alone is possible, but harder. Share your goal with someone you trust. Their belief in you strengthens your own. Even a weekly message, did you do it? Keeps you honest when motivation fades. Don't underestimate the small moments. That's not the dramatic choices that change your life. It's the small, daily ones. Choosing water instead of soda, going to bed on time, taking 3 deep breaths. Instead of reacting in anger, these votes shape your identity. Over time, your life becomes a reflection of those quiet decisions. Reflect on your progress regularly at the end of each week. Ask, when did I do well? When did I slip? What cue triggered the slip? What can I do differently next time? Reflection turns mistakes into lessons and keeps you growing. The danger of just once. The mind whispers, it's only one cigarette, one night, one scroll. But habits grow stronger, not from big events, but from repetition. Saying yes just once teaches your brain the old loop still works. James Clear warns, missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. Guard that second slip carefully. Visualize your future self. Close your eyes. Imagine your life 5 years from now if your bad habit remains. Your health, mood, energy, confidence. Now imagine it if you break free. Clarity, strength, pride. Use this vision as daily fuel. Create immediate rewards. Bad habits often have instant pleasure. Good habits usually have delayed benefits. To balance this, reward yourself now when you choose well. A workout. Enjoy a favorite healthy snack or a relaxing shower. Your brain learns, good choices feel good now too. Understand your triggers. Bad habits often follow predictable triggers. Time, place, emotional state, other people. Track when they happen. Knowledge gives you power to plan. Example, if boredom at work triggers snacking, prepare tea or go for a quick walk instead. Change your self-talk. Instead of I can't, say I don't. I can't smoke feels forced. I don't smoke is a declaration of identity. Language matters. Speak as your future self would. Design your day around your best self. Plan your mornings, work breaks, evenings. Structure protects you when willpower is low. Be compassionate, not critical when you slip. Don't ask what's wrong with me. Ask, what did I learn? What can I change? Shame drains energy. Curiosity creates solutions. Recognize the hidden pain of bad habits beyond health. Bad habits cost time, mental clarity, self-respect, and relationships. Writing these costs down helps you see them clearly. Celebrate your wins every day you keep your promise. Mark it, smile, share it. Your brain loves winning. Let's make winning frequent and visible. Your environment isn't just objects. It's people. Surround yourself with those living as you wish to live. Their example makes the desired behavior feel normal. The slow magic of compound change. At first, progress feels invisible, but keep going. Change is happening beneath the surface. One day, what felt hard becomes who you are. Every action is a vote. James Clear. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. You don't need unanimous votes, just a majority over time. Closing reflection. Think of the habit you most want to break. Imagine the new identity you'll build. Picture the peace, pride, and power waiting on the other side. The journey starts. Not tomorrow, but now, with one small choice. Your next step summarized. Identify the habit loop. Cue. Craving, response, reward. Remove cues and add friction. Place with a better response. Visualize the future you want. Track progress and reflect weekly. Use accountability and rewards. Speak as the person you wish to become. This isn't about willpower alone. It's about smart design, daily votes, and patient persistence. Over time, you won't just break a bad habit, you'll build a new life. The story of Sarah. From procrastination to productivity, Sarah was always the queen of procrastination. Deadlines made her anxious, so she'd avoid tasks by scrolling endlessly on her phone. She hated this habit but felt powerless. One day, inspired by James Clear's concept of habit stacking, she decided to start small. After I pour my morning coffee, I will write one sentence in my journal. It seemed tiny, almost silly. But this simple act created a Q&A. Positive response, breaking the cycle of procrastination just a little. Soon, she found herself writing more, planning better, and gradually replacing wasted phone time with focused work. The chain grew stronger every day. Sarah's journey teaches us a vital lesson. Big change starts with tiny actions. The science of habit formation. Your brain is a powerful machine that craves efficiency. Habits are shortcuts, neural pathways, that make behaviors automatic. This saves energy but also traps you in routines that may not serve you. James Clear explains that habits form through a feedback loop. Cue gives craving, gives response, gives reward. Your job is to redesign each step. Cue. Change your environment to avoid triggers. Craving. Reframe your desire. What are you really seeking? Response. Swap bad habits with positive alternatives. Reward. Celebrate wins to reinforce change. Understanding this loop helps. You hack your brain rather than fight it. Overcoming common barriers. Many struggle with breaking habits because they rely solely on willpower, which is limited. They try to change too much at once and get overwhelmed. They don't address identity, the core of lasting change. They don't plan for setbacks or triggers. James Clear advises focusing on systems over goals, embracing identity-based habits, and building resilience through small wins. The power of environment. Your environment is your silent partner in change. It shapes your habits more than you realize. For example, if you want to eat healthy, keep fruits on the counter and hide junk food. If you want to exercise, keep your gear visible and ready. If you want to write, create a dedicated, inspiring workspace. Design your space to support the person you want to become. Identity and habits. Identity change means redefining who you are. Instead of focusing on outcomes, focus on the type of person you want to be. Ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? What would a disciplined person do? Act as that person now. Every time you choose differently, you strengthen your new identity. Dealing with setbacks are part of the process. Instead of seeing failure as defeat, treat it as a data point. Ask, what triggered the lapse? How can I adjust my environment or strategy? What can I learn to prevent it next time? Remember, James Clear's advice: never miss twice. One mistake is human. Two starts a pattern. Building momentum. Momentum builds with consistency. Track your progress with a habit tracker or journal. Celebrate small wins. They fuel motivation and reinforce identity. The role of community. Find a support group or accountability partner. Sharing your goals increases commitment and provides encouragement. Visualizing success. It's pain time. Imagining your life free from bad habits. Feel the relief, joy, and pride. This visualization strengthens your why and keeps you motivated. Motivational reminders. Change. It's not linear. Embrace the journey. Focus on progress, not perfection. Small actions repeated build extraordinary results. You are not defined by your past habits. Daily habit checklist. Identify your cues. Remove temptations. Practice replacement. Habits. Reward yourself. Reflect on progress. Adjust strategies as needed. The journey ahead. Breaking bad habits is a marathon. Be patient, persistent, and kind to yourself. Remember, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build systems that serve you. This script is designed to be your roadmap, inspiring and practical. To help you break free from bad habits and build the life you deserve,